We're joined now by Manda Broyles with the Topeka Rescue Mission. Manda, thank you so much for joining us this Friday morning. It's great to have you.
Yes, thanks for having me on here.
Of course, of course. Well, our first topic today, we've been covering here on 27 News the recent homeless camp cleanups throughout 2024, with city crews working even earlier this month to clean up camps over in South Topeka. Can you go ahead and speak on the role that TRM plays with camp cleanups like the ones that we've seen so far this year?
Sure. You know, the Topeka Rescue Mission, our role is to really provide resources to people. We are here to walk alongside those who are broken and who are trying to get stabilized and rehabilitate. And so in these camp cleanups, the Topeka Rescue Mission does a lot of welfare checks where we are trying to monitor where people are going and what needs still are. And that's really our focus, is being people focused.
Yeah, and what does the city, moving forward with these camping ordinances, such as the one along the Kansas River, mean for the rescue mission moving forward?
You know, I think the Topeka Rescue Mission has a desire, and has for 71 years, to walk alongside people where they're at. So it really doesn't matter what an ordinance does or any other external factors. The Topeka Rescue Mission stands firm in seeing people the way we feel Christ does and letting people know that there's hope. And so it is tricky right now for us, because now there's not really wraparound services or supports coming for these individuals. And so they are simply being relocated, and that's not ideal. It's not going to solve a solution. And so the rescue mission is just continually trying to pivot and do what's right by people.
Yeah. And kind of speaking of that pivot, we also wanted to touch on some of the complexities of shelter capacity. What are some of the challenges that those that are outside TRM wouldn't really know about, that you're working with on a daily, weekly basis?
Sure. So one of the misconceptions that I hear a lot is, well, the rescue mission's not at capacity. They could allow more people in, but we're not. And that's just not the case, Matthew. It's really hard to explain, but in a quick version, it's almost like a game of Tetris. So on the men's side, for instance, we have 120 beds, but those are bunk beds. And so we have a lot of individuals that have physical ailments. We have a lot of veterans that are in there because of physical ailments. And so not everybody can do a top bunk. So it might look like we have open beds, but the needs of the people needing in, we can't meet. And the same thing for the Hope Center side. You know, we can have about 140 beds, but the difference with that is, or 130, the difference with that is we can have single women in beds. But if we have families come in and that family is a single mother or a single father and one child, we have to move single women out into other rooms and beds if there's room. So it's not like we can just have this total capacity, and it's not just that we can go by beds. It's by needs, it's by family counts, and there's a lot more that goes into that.
Gotcha. And turning to programming here, what is the rescue mission working on coming up here in the near future for 2024?
Yes, so I am so excited. We have been tracking a lot of data internally and externally, and there's just a lot of needs that people have right now, and they range from people that are highly educated on the streets that just got into bad situations or life circumstance that could happen to me or you. And then we have people that are very low functioning that need life skills. And the rescue mission is offering a full continuum of classes based on financial needs, trauma-informed care, mental health services, and we're doing that to help everybody regardless of what their need is.
Gotcha. Well, Manda, thank you so much for joining us this Friday. We really do appreciate, having the rescue mission over to share some insight into this incredibly important topic. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.